Hello my dear students, I hope that you all are enjoying the digital video class, online class at your home. And you have to, while you are at your home, you have to be safe. Try to create the atmosphere at your home so that your family members, they must be safe. And now this is the last part of the live process that what we are studying in the series of the video, and this part is able to explain you the physiology of excretion. How does the excretion takes place in the kidney, in the nephron, that is the unit of the kidney. So let us start the physiology of the excretion. My dear students, as you are well aware about the structure of the glomerulus. Suppose this is the glomerulus. Once again, I am taking this. This is the Bowman capsule. This is the Bowman capsule, structure of the Bowman capsule, in which there are the bunch of arteries, and these arteries form they get united together. And they form a net-like structure in this Bowman capsule. And my dear student, these are further these arteries furthermore they get united together. Furthermore, they get united together and they will be running along with the convoluted tubule, and the process of reabsorption takes place. Not only this, there are a supply of the veins also, and this vein form the tubular-like structure, U-shaped tubular-like structure. So you can say this is the afferent and efferent. This is the afferent and this is the efferent. So therefore dear students, from here it gets connected with the afferent blood vessel, and the process of the filtration takes place, in which the ultrafiltration takes place. This diagram are necessary to try on the board, because without the diagram you will be not able to understand the complete process of the physiology of excretion. So students, this is the nephron in which the physiology of the process of excretion takes place. And in this process, dear students, number one, that is these are the kidney tubules and nephrons. These are called kidney tubules. These kidney tubules, nephron, are uniferous tubule. Uniferous tubules, they are also called uniferous tubule. And the first process is the ultrafiltration. Number one, ultrafiltration. Ultrafiltration takes place in the part of the Bowman capsule. Bowman capsule. So in this Bowman capsule, now this is the efferent. This is the artery and this is the vein. This is vein. This is artery. So artery and veins are there. There are a bunch of the artery and veins are there. And in this part, this is called glomerulus. Glomerulus. So in this glomerulus, there are the filtration of the blood takes place, which results the formation of the ultrafiltrate. Ultrafiltrate is there, or glomerulus filtrate. Ultrafiltrate or glomerulus filtrate. Glomerulus filtrate. So, in this digital video, my dear student, the first process is the ultrafiltration, which takes place in the glomerulus. That is in the glomerulus. This is called glomerulus. And due to the high osmotic pressure in this glomerular region, there will be the filtration of the nitrogenous waste, which takes place, and it results the collection of the ultrafiltrate or glomerulus filtrate into the Bowman capsule. And from this point, it runs throughout this kidney tubule. Here in this is the PCT, this is PCT, and this is PCT, and this is loop of Henle. This is the loop of Henle. So dear students, in this process, the ultrafiltrate or glomerulus filtrate that will be collected in this Bowman capsule, it runs throughout this kidney tubules or nephric tubules or uniferous tubules, कोई भी नाम आप ले सकते हैं, throughout this there. My dear student, there are a problem of filtration of some important nutritional material into the glomerulus filtrate. So for that there will be the selective absorption or reabsorption. You can say to reabsorption or selective absorption. So this reabsorption or selective absorption takes place into this uniferous tubule while this nitrogenous waste is running into it, and that is because of the secretory properties of these uniferous tubules. The cells of the uniferous tubules, they absorb the content like glucose, protein, etc., inorganic salt, etc., that get absorbed by the cells of these uniferous tubule. So this is called the reabsorption or selective absorption. So here in this uniferous tubule or pituitary tubule, there will be the reabsorption or selective absorption, means the cells inside this tubule, they will be able to absorb the glucose, protein and inorganic salt which is necessary for the human body, and further they absorb and they secrete out. They absorb and they secrete out, and when they secrete out these materials, then there will be the reabsorption by these blood vessels from this tissue fluid. This is the tissue fluid, and from this tissue fluid the blood vessels will be, which is runs throughout this tubule, they will be able to absorb these content which gets secreted by the tubular secretion. Means these tubule cells, suppose this is the tubule and the cells inside it, they absorb the nutritional material and they secrete outside. This is called the selective reabsorption or reabsorption, and they secrete out it by which the blood vessels will be able to absorb it. Blood vessels. So this is called the tubular secretion or selective absorption, selective reabsorption. So this phenomena is completely called the process of reabsorption. So two phenomena is there, two processes is there. One is ultrafiltration that takes place in the glomerulus, in the Bowman capsule, and reabsorption takes place in the kidney tubule or nephric tubule or uniferous tubule. So this is the unit of the kidney. This is called nephron. So my dear students, this is the physiology of the excretion of human, and finally the fluid that get collected into this as a urine. The fluid get collected, urine. Now let us see what is the composition of this urine. My dear student, the urine contains 96% of inorganic ions such as chloride, sodium, potassium, phosphorus, sulfur, calcium, magnesium, iodine, arsenic and lead. And the organic constituents like urea, uric acid, ammonia, creatine and hypuric acid. So these are the contents. 96% of water, 96% water, and 4% organic and inorganic composition like urea, ammonia, inorganic salt, etc. that gets excreted throughout the kidney from in the form of urine. My dear student, if a person is having the problem in their kidney, if a person kidney gets failed, then what will happen? There will be the artificial filtration of the blood, artificial filtration of the blood by the artificial kidney, and this process is called hemodialysis. So now let us see the process of the hemodialysis. How the hemodialysis takes place, that you will learn in this video. The process of hemodialysis means the artificial blood filtration from by the artificial kidney, and the artificial kidney will be able to filter the blood from the hemodialytic machine, that is the artificial kidney. And now you have to see how the process of hemodialysis takes place. So now let us see the process of the hemodialysis. Hemodialysis. So hemodialysis is the process of the artificial excretion, artificial filtration of the blood of the human when the blood veins get connected to the artificial kidney outside of the body. So my dear student, from the there is a machine that is called the hemodialytic machine, and in that machine there is a chamber. There is a chamber, and this chamber is supplied with the, suppose this is a chamber, and this chamber is supplied with the and furthermore this get connected with the container that is containing fresh dialyzing solution. This is fresh dialyzing solution, and in this air get compressed. This is an air pipe. Compressed air is there, and inside it there is inside this there are so many the blood supply of human. This is the blood supply. This is the blood supply, and this is the blood supply. Human body. So this machine get connected with the human body and use dialysis solution. This is the use dialyzing solution. This is the use dialyzing solution. This is the fresh dialyzing solution. Fresh dialyzing solution. So my dear student, in this process of the artificial excretion, artificial filtration of the blood, the dialyzing solution get pumped out into it. Blood pump. The dialyzing solution, which is utilized in this compressing machine, and there are osmotic tubules are there, they fixed here. So dialyzing solution, it is come into it, and the blood is coming into this, and finally after the high osmotic pressure that get created into it, by the help of the dialyzing solution, the blood gets filtered, and further the filtered material, the excreted material that get collected along with the dialyzing solution into the machine, and blood supplied to this machine, dialyzing solution supplied to this machine, and finally due to the high osmotic pressure in this machine, the urine get collected into this collecting pot along with the dialyzing solution. Dialyzing solution extract the nitrogenous waste from the blood in this hemodialytic machine. So this is the artificial kidney. And my dear students, now this chapter is completed, and further we will go through extensive question answer session in the next video of the life process, nutrition, respiration, transportation and excretion. Thank you very much.